Why did you decide to cut your parents out of your life? When I was 14, my mom sat me down at our old scratched kitchen table and promised me something that would change my whole life. The afternoon sun was streaming through our yellow curtains, casting everything in warm, golden light. "Don't worry about getting into college," she said, smoothing down my unruly hair. "We've been setting aside money since you were born. You just focus on your grades and we'll handle everything else." I believed her completely. Why wouldn't I? This was my mother, the woman who had never broken a promise to me before. For the next 4 years, I threw myself into academics like my life depended on it. While my friends were going to parties and dating, I was grinding through AP classes and thick SAT prep books until my eyes burned. I turned down summer jobs because mom insisted I should focus on building my resume instead, with volunteer work and academic camps. She'd make me elaborate study snacks during my marathon homework sessions, bringing me perfectly cut apple slices and homemade cookies, while telling me how proud she was of her future doctor. I'd look up from my textbooks, exhausted but determined, and she'd beam at me with such pride that it made every sacrifice feel worth it. Senior year arrived like a whirlwind. I got accepted to my dream medical program through early admission, beating out thousands of other candidates. The celebration dinner that night felt like everything was finally paying off. Mom cried happy tears over her meatloaf, and Dad kept joking about having a real doctor in the family soon. When the acceptance packet came with all those confusing financial aid forms, I handed them straight to Mom. "Don't worry about any of this," she said with that same confident smile I'd trusted for 4 years. 2 weeks before graduation, I was helping Dad organize his paperwork when I accidentally opened a folder labeled College Savings in Mom's neat handwriting. My hands were shaking as I opened it. It was completely empty except for one bank statement showing a balance of $247.83. My heart started racing so fast I thought I might pass out. I checked our family computer with trembling fingers and found emails between my parents from the past year casually discussing borrowing from my college fund. I confronted them in our living room that evening, my voice cracking with disbelief. "There isn't exactly a college fund anymore," Dad admitted, not even looking up from his newspaper. "But don't worry, you can get loans like everyone else." When I asked where my money had gone, Mom got defensive. "We had expenses, sweetheart. The house needed work, your sister's wedding cost more than expected, and Dad's business had some rough months." I started mentally cataloging everything I'd seen them buy recently, while I was sacrificing my social life for their promises. Dad's brand new truck, Mom's kitchen renovation with granite countertops and stainless steel everything, Ashley's elaborate 3-day wedding that looked like something from a luxury magazine, the family vacation to Europe last summer that I couldn't go on because I was supposedly too busy with college prep. The worst part was how casual they were about destroying my future, like they were discussing the weather. While I spent 4 years sacrificing everything for grades they constantly praised me for, they were spending my education money on luxury upgrades and status symbols. Mom actually had the nerve to pat my shoulder and say, "You're smart, you'll figure it out," as if intelligence alone could magically make tuition affordable. I ended up taking out massive loans with crushing interest rates and working 3 exhausting part-time jobs just to afford community college instead of the medical school I'd worked so hard to get into. I moved out that summer into a tiny studio apartment and haven't spoken to them since. Every time I see their Facebook posts showing off their new boat or vacation photos, I think about how I'm still eating ramen noodles and sleeping on an air mattress because they stole my future.